Hello everyone. In this brief session, we will explore how SUSE's cutting-edge solutions empower you to build a truly confidential computing environment on the robust infrastructure of Google Cloud. This is Abdurrahman Mohammed, Global Solutions Architect for Google Alliance at SUSE, and I'm excited to show you how to safeguard your most sensitive workloads. Now let me show you how straightforward it is to establish confidential computing virtual machines with SUSE Linux Enterprise Server on Google Cloud. You will witness the creation of two virtual machines, first using the user-friendly Google Cloud Console, and second through the robust Google Cloud command line interface. Within the Google Cloud Console, I will now provision a fresh SUSE Linux Enterprise Server confidential virtual machine configured with AMD Ceph. This setup will also enable live migration capabilities, allowing uninterrupted operation during host maintenance windows. Let's begin by naming this instance. This virtual machine will reside in the US West 1A zone. We will utilize the N2D standard 2 machine type. Next, we will enable the confidential computing feature for this virtual machine. Enabling this crucial security enhancement is straightforward. It is as simple as clicking this button. Go ahead and activate confidential computing with a single click. Now let's select SUSE Linux Enterprise Server as the operating system for this instance. We will switch to SUSE Linux Enterprise Server 15 Service Pack 6 for this virtual machine. To enable secure access to this virtual machine, I will add a network tag that aligns with my firewall rules that allows SSH connections to the created instance. Let's set the network tag to CVM. Keep in mind that while this works for my demonstration, you will want to implement a network security strategy that's appropriate and secure for your specific environment if you intend to access the VM via SSH. Finally, I need to ensure that live migration is enabled for this instance. You can verify this setting within the Advanced tab under VM Provisioning Model Advanced Settings. As you can observe here, live migration is already active. Now let's click the Create button and allow a moment for the virtual machine to be provisioned successfully. Let's transition to the Google Cloud command line interface to confirm that our newly created virtual machine is using confidential computing. We can inspect its configuration using this command. As you can see in the output, the Enable Confidential Compute flag is set to true, confirming that confidential computing is successfully enabled for this virtual machine. To verify that our virtual machine utilizes AMD Ceph technology, let's establish a secure shared connection to the instance and inspect the kernel messages. We will start by connecting to the VM with this command. Once connected, we will switch to the root user to execute the necessary command. Now we will use the dmessage command to filter for messages related to AMD Ceph technology and display the initial few lines. As you can see in the output, it clearly indicates that AMD Secure Encrypted Virtualization Ceph is active on this virtual machine. Finally, to ensure that live migration is enabled in this virtual machine, we can inspect the instance scheduling configurations using this command. As you can see, on host maintenance configurations is set to migrate, which means that this instance supports the live migration. Google Cloud Console doesn't yet offer direct creation of Intel TDX confidential virtual machines, so I will now guide you using the Google Cloud command line interface. Before we proceed with creating an Intel TDX confidential VM, it's essential to verify if US West 1A, the desired zone in this demo, offers support for this technology. We can achieve this by querying the zones available CPU platforms using this gcloud command. The command's output lists the available CPU platforms in the US West 1 zone. It showed that Intel Sapphire Rapids CPU platform is available, which confirmed that the US West 1A zone supported the creation of Intel TDX confidential virtual machines. Now, let's identify the SUSE Linux Enterprise Server images capable of supporting confidential virtual machines with Intel TDX technology. We can retrieve this list using this gcloud command, filtering for images with the TDX_capable guest OS feature within the SUSE Cloud project. This command output shows that the SUSE Linux Enterprise Server 15 Service Pack 6 image is available and has the TDX_capable capability, making it suitable for creating a new Intel TDX confidential virtual machines. Let's create this Intel TDX confidential virtual machine using this gcloud command. I will name this instance Intel TDX CC VM1 and configure it with the necessary parameters to use Intel TDX technology. Let's review some options here. Confidential compute type equal TDX option specifies the use of Intel TDX for confidential computing. Maintenance policy equal terminate dictates that the VM will be terminated during host maintenance. And machine type equals C3 standard 4 sets the virtual machine type configuration that supports Intel TDX confidential VM. To confirm that the created instance is running with Intel TDX confidential computing, we can use the gcloud command again to describe the created instance. As you can see in the output, the confidential instance type is set to TDX. This verifies that the virtual machine is configured to utilize Intel TDX technology. We can also directly verify the use of Intel TDX technology from within the virtual machine. To do this, we will establish a secure shell connection to our newly created instance using this command. Once connected, I can use the dmessage command with a filter to look for messages indicating Intel TDX technology. This confirms that this virtual machine uses Intel TDX. That brings us to the end of this session. We appreciate you taking the time to learn about creating confidential virtual machines with SUSE Linux Enterprise Server on Google Cloud. If you have any further inquiries or would like to discuss your specific requirements, please contact us at google@suse.com.